So, been busy. July is an insanely crazy month for me, apparently. Didn't know that until now. But I have a little bit of time to film this one today, and I have some tip videos and stuff following this up. But I had an art video that I've been working on, so I'll go ahead and get that one out now. And then I'll continue with my tip videos and stuff like that as I get to them. Just depends on timing is crazy right now. But I am still here. I am still active. Sorry about holding you all up. Without further ado, though, here is the tip video. But before I continue, brief warning is that some of the images, this is going to be an art deduction video, so some of the images that are following are slightly graphic, could be considered slightly graphic. If you are interested, continue. If that might bother you, go ahead and turn away now. But let's go ahead and continue. This particular set of images is interesting to me as it actually reveals very interesting things about the artist in question. To begin, I will say that it is practically a fact that the artist in question is female. Not only are all the images female, but they appear to be some form of self-portrait, as is true with most art. And even the faces in question appear to be very similar, as if they were drawing the same person. I can also safely say that she is a reserved person, and doesn't likely share these pictures with many people, as there's no sign of a signature, and there are even a few pictures that we considered unfinished. The fact that the drawings are unfinished tells me that she likely draws out of emotion rather than to finish a whole idea. She only needs to draw enough art to get it out of her system and to convey a specific thought that she's having. That being said, however, there are also images that are finished and very detailed, which tells me that she's well practiced, which means that she likely at one point studied art itself. Sherlock Holmes often emphasized that the kind of paper itself was important in making deductions of this sort, and he wasn't wrong. For example, the paper we see in this imagery is very telling. The sheets of paper all appear to be the same kind, excuse the lighting, which means that they are all likely drawn in the same book. Not just any book, though. It's not a notebook for school, but rather a sketchbook. This tells me that she actually purchased special materials for her art. So then it's more than a hobby for her, but something she is honestly passionate about. This is also obvious by the quality of the art, which has an impressive attention to detail in itself. Now let's cover some details about the subject material. There are 3 common threads that appear in some or all of these images that I can speak on. First, in almost all of these pictures, the face is obscured either totally or in part, and almost always does the obstruction appear intentional. This tells me that the person isn't honest about who she is with others, and probably put some kind of act or mask on around other people. Some of the images suggest that she tries to make herself appear alluring to others, or fascinating. Second, we have already observed that her art appears to be conveying emotion, So now we look into what kind of emotions she's trying to convey. The pictures make it clear that she views herself to be her greatest adversary, as they depict some form of self-inflicted injury or internal struggle. Finally is the color scheme. Now most of the images are colorless save for shadows, but red appears in the color of blood, and green appears within her eyes. The red blood only serves to deepen my conviction that personal pain is something she conveys within her heart, and the shadow further illustrates how secluded and hidden she keeps herself from others. The green in the eyes, though, struck me as interesting. It is entirely possible that green is her own eye color, and it is simply further an extension of a self-portrait. However, imagine for a second that it's actually an embellishment, in which case the green eyes would most likely mean to her that she thinks of herself as a mystery or an enigma, as green is commonly thought to be mysterious or alluring, which supports my idea from a moment before. All of these things were later confirmed after I'd made my observations, and it led to further details that I can't exactly share with you to keep certain people safe. But a fun fact is that the word enigma, as appeared in this little study, is what inspired me to name my website, and hopefully someday my own investigation agency.